Nardo, are you a Christian though?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Are you okay with it?
What do you
Christian.
mean?
You're like, yeah, I'm a Christian. Just
I mean,
like
that's why it came up.
just the delivery on it was kind of like, yeah, I'm a Christian.
No, it says Christian slipping my law, so
Maybe
that's
it's like, yeah, I'm a Christian.
no, just rhetorical. Like, it was just
Yeah, I'm a
rhetorical.
Christian. Christian, damn it. The question we're asking tonight is, what, if anything, did God get right?
But it's it's a loaded question. That's why I kind of want you to be specific. It's a very loaded
Well,
question.
that you can be specific. I'm asking what he got right, and if you can think of something, I'd love to hear it. Like, what do you mean? Be specific. What of the things did God get right, or like what of things that are did God get right, or like I don't know how to ask
I
that.
mean, if he's all knowing, he can't. I don't think he can really get anything wrong. But
Well,
with exception,
that's a good way of like disproving God, because then like you're right. If he were all knowing and he would know how things were going to play out, he wouldn't do things this way. So that's I think you just disproved God. Are you an atheist now?
no, I said with exception. No, there's an exception. I
Oh,
put
with
in
special pleading, yeah.
no, not special
I
pleading.
think that like all of Christianity is special pleading on some level. Do you find that, Nardo?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think when he made humans and angels, right? I think the issue with that is he gave us a. I say the only flaw. If someone had to say one flaw about God, the God I believe in, right? I'd say him making us as a creation because he gave us free will, and I feel like free will can lead to what's led up to today, like sin.
That so you're right. Like I agree with you. So free will was a mistake. I don't think that there's anything to really like discuss maybe because we both agree that free will is a bad thing. What do you say that God got right? Because I think you're just telling me what God got wrong, but that's you and I. That's just us agreeing again. That doesn't work.
No, but I'm saying God has got everything right except the only thing that I would accept is free will because I wouldn't say that's necessarily wrong, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily right. That's the
Yeah, but
only
that
issue.
that that makes everything that fucks everything up. So it's like hard to say that he got everything right when free will fucks everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because everything else in my eyes was he made the world perfect, so there wasn't nothing wrong until he gave us or made humans and angels.
Well, you don't know that. I guess that's just like a matter of faith at that point.
I mean, well, as a believing Christian, yeah, I would say the world was perfect until.
Well, that's just not even. Why would you believe that? It's not even in the Bible. But either way, it obviously wasn't because he gave Adam and Eve free will. So you're saying that like it was day 6 that he fucked up. So it was perfect or good for 5 days. And so he made everything right for 5 days. That's what you're basically saying.
Not necessarily, because again, free will I don't see as wrong. All right, it's a weird position. I'm out of weird position. Free will.
What, indifference? Like what is it?
No, no, because I'm saying if we was robots, right? Technically speaking, we wouldn't. We'd be living in Utopia
Yeah,
without the need of going
perfect.
through the whole sin process.
Amazing. That would have been
But
him getting it right.
but then the issue is with us being robots, we don't have a free thinking mind to do something that isn't allowed. So
Yeah,
it's a
that's
very
fine because we would have minds. They'd still think, but we would only be able to do all the good stuff, and it would all be like a great experience. That's what you're saying, right?
I mean, maybe to us, but in God's eyes, we got to think. You got to put yourself in God's shoes, if possible, right?
All
You've made
right.
something that is technically a robot. There's no real
So I'm gonna like imagine for
satisfaction.
a second that I'm God, so that like I have the ability to create universes, and I'm also going to be imagining that I love, like I'm full of love. I have this incredible love and goodness, which is kind of unlike Yahweh or whatever, but like I have that. And I would say that, like, I would create beings that couldn't do evil to each other. They couldn't do horrible things. And they didn't have the capacity for suffering. That's what I would do. And if that means not giving them free will, then I would do that.
But then there's no true satisfaction in that though.
Why not? For who?
Because you're given. I don't know if you would, as God, you would be satisfied with.
So it's not satisfying to God?
I wouldn't. Well, evidently, in the Christian sense, I don't think it would have been, because he didn't make that the case.
If I made a being, so like if I think about like a child, right? And like let's say that there's a child. Have you ever met a child?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how like children have this sense of wonder because they haven't seen everything yet? So they see something new and they're like, whoa! Like, you know what I mean? They get so excited when they have a new experience, or like when they get something sweet or delicious, or like a giant thing of like cotton candy or something like that. They're like, right?
Yeah.
So I would make a child, just imagine a child like that, but they don't have free will, but they're still experiencing all of those things, right? So like they still like, what? Cotton candy, right? They never eat too much of it. They like always stay within the boundaries of like healthy in like eating of cotton candy. But like they like, what? Dinosaurs? What? You know, Ferris wheel, everything. They just like love it. It's fantastic. We get ice cream. What? This is amazing. And I think that like as a parent or as a creator or whatever you want to say, I think when you like would see that wonder in the child, I think that you would like, it would make you happy. Don't you think? Like it would satisfy you. You'd go, man, that kid's so happy. That's great. I love that. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because they're still experiencing it.
But I think one thing that you're missing out is, if we're made in God's image, right? I feel like free will creates personality, and we're part of, with us being children of God, right?
I disagree with that.
How so? Like
free will makes personality. I think that like your biology, like your genetics, make you predisposed, and like give you a personality. Like you're born with a personality. You don't choose your personality. That has nothing to do with free will or choice. And then your personality is like adjusted by like your environment and your experiences, right? Like you will have a different personality depending on what kind of experiences you have. Like if you have traumatic experiences, they can affect your personality, right? So I would say that is how it works, more than you choose your personality. So you need free will to have a personality. I don't think that.
No, free will is or personality is a multitude of things. It's all together. That's what
I don't think that. I genuinely don't think free will has anything to do with it. I get what you're saying, because like there are some hipsters that like choose to wear fedoras. You know what I mean? And that's like their personality, but it's just like they're just like, a hat can't be your whole personality, you know? Or they like choose to, like there was people when I was younger who chose to wear docks like not tied up with like the tongue hanging down, and that was kind of part of their personality, and like trench coats, and they were like borderline goth, I'd say. And I maybe that's like choosing a personality, but I would say that probably also derives from some sort of who they are plus their environment. So yeah, I don't think that free will has anything to do with personality.
But I forgot one crucial detail. Oh my gosh, how did I forget?
A crucial detail.
In fact, you know what? He got everything right. Even though we have free will, which leads to sin, right? Eventually, once if you know, a Christian Well, the goal being, if a Christian makes it into heaven, right? Then essentially the free will. No, no, wait.
It's already falling apart, and you're the one
No, no,
saying
it's
the
not. It's not.
sentence. Now, he actually got it perfect, because if a Christian maybe does, these few people, like if the minority, it turns out, of the people make it into heaven, go on.
Yeah, but this is, if they make it into heaven, technically, the free will of being able to sin and all these things, that essentially gets taken away. But it's their own choice to take away that the freedom of being able to sin and stuff, because they're choosing Christianity, they're choosing to follow the Bible. So technically speaking, it all comes back around.
Yeah, but that doesn't fix anything, because like we still have all the suffering, so that doesn't get rid of any of the suffering, right? And we still have a bunch of people that don't go to heaven. Now, if he makes everybody without free will, there's no suffering, they have a great time, they're basically already in heaven, and then they get to go to like heaven. Oh my goodness, this is just good. This is a win-win situation. So I would say that no, he got this horribly wrong, and I agree. It's in the free will mistake. Nardo, how are you still a Christian when you're so clever? Like you're just so god dang smart that you realize that free will is actually a curse.
It's not necessary. It's a plus and a downside, because at least we had the choice to choose God on earth. Well,
what's the at least? What do you mean? He doesn't give us free will. We automatically choose him. He's pure good. So all we experience is good. We get to have a relationship with him. It's imposed on us, but it's the best case scenario, because right now I don't think he exists. So I'm not able to believe in him, because I'm like I just am not convinced, and that's not my fault. I wish I could be convinced, but I'm not. So it sounds like the whole system is completely flawed. I genuinely don't know how you still believe this.
Not because of choice. I realized when you asked the question, what did God get right? And I thought, maybe he got free will wrong. And then mid-conversation, I realized, you know what? He actually got it all right, because we have a choice on earth in these bodies where we want to choose
do what?
God. We have a choice to sin. We have a choice to be able to get into heaven.
No, we don't. That's not even biblical. So you think I have the choice to sin? You think that I could not sin?
I mean,
I'm born a sinner, by the way.
I wouldn't say everyone can just.
I'm born sick. You're saying that, like, oh no, Joel, you can choose to not sin. Not true. Before I can like know right from wrong, I'm sinning, but according to Bible, aren't I?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, we're born into sin. Children are born sinners. And the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. And Paul in Romans 7 says that, like, he wants to not sin, but he can't not sin. We're like, we have a sin nature that's controlling us. And that's not us, like, choosing sin. That is us being born in sin.
Oh, you're on about original sin. The original sin.
Yeah, like our sin nature. What do we not have a sin nature?
Yeah, but that's why the Holy Spirit's the thing.
Yeah, eventually maybe we can like get that solved, and the Holy Spirit maybe can stop us from sinning. I've never seen it, but apparently that could happen. But we have to sin. We will sin. We don't have the choice not to sin.
That's why the Holy Spirit can help us not to sin.
But what you're saying, Nardo, is you said we have the free will to choose to sin. I'm saying we don't. We don't have free will. We are going to sin. Like, that's not a free will choice, dude.
If we choose to accept the Holy Spirit, he can put us in a position.
That's the second problem, is we don't have the free will to believe in the Holy Spirit. We are either convinced or we're not. And that's also biblical in the sense that, like, you must be drawn. Like, you people don't come to God if they're not drawn, right? They don't come to the Son if they're not drawn by the Father. That's like John something.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I think that's kind of human instinct, though, to be.
But Nardo, like,
Um,
think about it. Like, can you choose your beliefs?
uh, yeah, I can choose my beliefs.
Like, if can you choose to believe I'm not wearing glasses right now?
No,
No, you're convinced I'm wearing glasses, probably because you can see my glasses, right?
yeah,
Right. We don't choose our beliefs. We're convinced of them or we're not. So being like having the free will to choose to believe in God and to choose to accept the Holy Spirit doesn't make sense. Because
yeah,
I just don't have I'm just not convinced of God. I'm not convinced of the Holy Spirit.
yeah. Well, faith is believing without seeing, so you need to be convinced of the information. I feel
Right.
like
Yeah.
in order to believe.
Yeah, but that's not free will. That's being convinced of something. So you're right to say that free will was a curse, but then at the same time, the free will, if we do have it, doesn't really work for these really important things, such as the other things I already just mentioned. I don't want to repeat them again, but the belief thing and the sin thing. We don't get to choose to sin; we will automatically sin, and we don't get to choose what we believe. That's also just like what we're convinced of. So
Well,
God
I don't,
failed.
I
The
don't
whole
think any.
system's a fucking failure.
Well, I don't think any human has any excuse when it comes to believing, because I think God gave us common sense. He gave us creation. If the average person can't look at this earth and the skies and plants and say, "Oh, someone probably put this here, someone probably made this," then that's a them issue. That's
No,
personal
I don't think that's
disconnect.
true. And like to be like perfectly honest with you, without getting too like deep in the weeds of like how do we know what was made and what was just like natural? We don't have any like way of seeing the difference type of thing. Um, Without like trying to do something like if I look around at the trees and I see like beautiful trees and beautiful grass and all those things, that is nice. But then I also see like weeds, and there were some moths that destroyed my some bushes on my property, and like they didn't even like sustainably destroy them. They just like ripped them apart and then left. And that's rude. And so there's a lot of stuff that's not working. And then babies get cancer. I don't know if you've noticed that. So I think there's a lot of evidence to say like, oh, there's no God involved. This is a disaster. Like
Yeah, it's a
this is a
fallen
complete
world.
fuck up. Yeah, but the God's not that the God's not good. He made a world, and if you want to say that this is a result of free will, that's also a bad system. He shouldn't have given us free will, especially if he has foresight. So all these things lead to like so easily dismissing this particular version of God, right? Like it just doesn't work. So as much as you're like it's common sense, I would say the opposite. It's common sense to say, oh yeah, God doesn't exist. There's no such thing as like a good God who's all knowing and all powerful. This wouldn't be the way it is.
Yeah, but the issue with humans, right? I think if we try to use, well, of course we're gonna say we don't. Well, free will is probably the majority of us will probably say free will. I'd rather that not be the case and we just became robots and lived in
No, that's
heaven.
well, I agree with you, but a lot of the majority that I've talked to, as far as
But
Christians go, would not say that.
yeah, but I would also say we're not in God's shoes. We don't have His capacity of His type of love and what's not. So we can't really put ourselves in that have that kind of mindset and then understand why we would make free will a thing. So it's
Well, like I don't know what that means. I think that we can see enough that it's if it does exist, it's fucking everything up. Don't you think?
um,
You
well,
you
the thing
do
is,
think
God.
that, Nardo. The thing is that I think you're like having some cognitive dissonance because you agree with me. Like you were the one that said like everything's good except for free will. Why don't you just like hold on to that? Like that's so obviously true, and it's a complete like it ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, but because I don't know better, I can't make better decisions than God. Like if He's all knowing and I'm part of His creation, what have I thought of
But
that
this
He
is how
hasn't?
we know he like it's not true. Like you
Yeah,
should
but
know it's not true by now because of all of the stuff we already just talked about.
yeah, but think about it in my case, right? As just put yourself in a Christian sense, God believing whatever. if he made you and he formed your brain, whatever thought you have in your head, he's already thought of.
Dude, that's a presupposition. You don't have to believe that. It makes more sense that there is no God. We already went over that.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. If that is the case,
Cognitive dissonance.
Let it go. You agree with me. Let it go. We're on the same page. Dump the book, Nardo.
Cogdis, I've had it too. Most of us like you have felt this way. Cogdis, sit with it. Don't just run away.
Yeah, don't run away from it. Okay. Anyway, Nardo, good chat. I think that we are in agreement. I would say I spanked you, but I think that we just agree with each other that God screwed up royally in all of creation. So great job, and come back.
To disagree.
No, we agree to agree. You agree with me. We're on the same page, buddy.